Hey all, this is the video about how to go over looking at the data from the spreadsheet. Okay, so if you know anything about me, I'm big on data and analysis, so this is right up my wheelhouse. If you reference the Doctor.com survey responses here, this is the spreadsheet that all the information's auto compiling to. All right, and that's just here on sheet one. I don't want to rename it because it might break Zapier if I rename it. What I did do is I added a second tab here called Survey Analysis, and this takes all of the questions, adds them all up, gives them percentages, and then I highlighted everything that was the winning number. So it's easy to go through. All you have to do is scroll and see everything that's going on. All right, so I'm just going to go through some of this stuff now. This sheet here will not auto update in real time. So when we send again this weekend, I'll update it next week, and when we push to do it again in a month or whatever, I'll update it again. But what does come in real time is if you're in VC 365 and you go to the campaign builder, I mean, this is going to drive you a little nuts. This is why I put it into the Excel document, but there is a campaign called the Doctor.com survey results, which will all compile in real time as well, which will help break it down. So if we just hop in here real fast, I'll just show you what's going on in here in case you want to see it. I mean, just don't make any changes to it or else it'll break. So just give a second here to load. All right. So make sure that the view is in current here. And then here's a breakdown of all the questions. They're in columns, right? So male, female, decline. What's your age bracket? What's your primary area of interest? What interests you most about Dr. Tom? This is where I'm compiling all my data. So every time the data is submitted, it's adding to the contact record. It's being added to the Google Sheet, and then it's sorting here, which I'm able to take all these numbers. So you see like 261 for male, 261 for male. That's where I'm getting this stuff from. So feel free to navigate this if you want to see some stuff in real time. But obviously, you can see it's a little convoluted. Anyway, so let's go through some of this analysis. Gender, 83% are female, which I find to be interesting. Obviously, this could be skewed because I feel like most people that do take surveys are female, but we have to go based off the data. So 83% of the people that took this survey identified as female, and 0 declined to say, which is always fun. Over here at age breakdown, we did discuss this, but the majority of your demographic is from 50 to over 70, with the biggest outlier here being 61 to 70, baby boomer generation, 37% of the people. Interesting. Over here, primary area of interest, 39% are just interested in overall wellness, followed by 31% of autoimmunity, and then 18% brain health, 12% gluten sensitivity. I also found this to be really interesting. So the two main pain points here are autoimmunity and overall wellness. I mean, people are coming to you as the doctor to get help. Next, we're going to go to what interests you most. And the majority of these here were only one-time responses, so they could only choose one. There are a couple here where they could choose multiple, and we'll go over that in a minute. What interests you most? A stunning 61% are talking about Dr. Tom himself, his docuseries, and Summit Talks, not suggestions for other people's talks. Straight up his docuseries and his Summit Talks. So people are interested in his content. 61%. All right. Next, we've got newsletter frequency and email frequency. So these are pretty similar, hence why you're getting similar results. But people that took the survey, 44% only want the newsletter once a week. 44%. And the next biggest one is monthly. And you'll see that every other week and daily, 5% daily, 22% for newsletter every other week. So the list is saying that we're communicating too much. And that goes over here with email frequency as well. The winner here is once a week with 41%, followed by twice monthly. It's pretty much the same stuff here. And only 9% are asking for daily. All right, so that's what's going on here. People are requesting only to be mailed once a week. Whether or not that's capable or feasible, I don't know. But I mean, every day is probably not a good idea. Healthcare practitioner. You guys already basically know this, but 84% of the people that took the survey are not practitioners. The majority of the stuff we market to is not for practitioners anyway, and when we do, we normally send a segmented send, so I'm not too worried about that. But there's your breakdown. 84% of the people are not healthcare practitioners. This one was actually interesting to me. Living in the U.S., 2/3 of the people live in the U.S. I thought it would have been more. So 2/3 in the U.S., 1/3 not in the U.S. Over here is which have you enjoyed, and this was a select as many as you like. So we had give or take about 1,500 people fill out the survey, and you can see that people filled out this question multiple times, which I think is helpful. But the winner here is what have you enjoyed most is the Betrayal docuseries. I don't think that comes as any surprise. All right, and the next we've got here is a gluten summit, which is nearly half that, but still up there, and the autoimmune book, and then followed by summits. But the biggest outlier here is the Betrayal docuseries. So I find this all to be pretty interesting. What I originally talked about yesterday on our call is the demographic, the age group. I think we should start customizing talks to the boomer generation and then other generations too, but we have that information now. And then, of course, the email and newsletter frequency. I mean, it's not even a close winner here, right? Like 44%, and then the next one is 28%. That's nearly half. So just food for thought there. Let me know if you have any questions on that, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.